Hi, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm working on the N42 in the E46 BMW, and well, yeah, we've got quite a bit to do today because it's going to be raining the rest of the week, and I want to get this sorted today so I can get it for an MOT. I need to get oil filter housing off, this cover, the manifold, that needs to come off, and then basically underneath, you can't even see it, but all the way under there, underneath the manifold, is where the crankcase breather is. So there's lots of videos online. I'll link a couple of videos that are pretty good that show the process of doing this, so I'll just step in again when I've got some stuff off. Oh, I cleaned the front of the engine up. You may remember in my last video it was filthy, so I've cleaned it all up. Still a bit mucky down there because I didn't want to get it on the alternator, so I covered that up, but at least it will make it a bit easier to work on. There was oil pooled in there, so I am changing the seal on this as well, so let's get to it. Right, so there's the manifold removed. Obviously oil filter housing, which is here, that's the seal, and this under here is where I need to get to now to get that valve. And I also dropped a screw. These two here are a pain to get to, you have to get to them from underneath. That one wasn't in already for some reason, but that one has dropped down somewhere down there. I'll have to look for that. But right, next thing is get the other PCV or CCV valve and put that on, and then we can start reassembling. So I've got the new valve back on. That was an absolute pain because that pipe down there fits in underneath, and here's the screwdriver. Here's the oil filter housing, and there you can see that's where it's snapped, and there's also another one there which mounts onto this surface, and that looks pretty flat as well, so that's probably why there's so much oil all around here. It's just been leaking out over time. And there's both gaskets, and they came out in bits. I mean, they're so brittle, they just snap. So yeah, not surprising that that was leaking. So after a lot of swearing, I've got this back in. Getting that back in was an absolute nightmare. A lot of oil leakage from there. I haven't changed the oil yet because I want to make sure it works. But right, it's all back together. Let's give it a try. Keys.
Brown mince, chili peppers, cumin.
Hi, so it's a couple of days later now since I've done the gaskets on the oil filter housing and the manifold, and I've changed the CCV, so off to an MOT now. I'm hoping that the oil leak's gone now. I have cleaned it all underneath, but it still smells a little bit, but we'll see, because there was obviously quite a lot of oil probably still dropped down the back when I changed the the vacuum pump filter. So there's going to be sort of oil there that hasn't burnt off yet from, because I haven't driven the car. So I don't know what's happening with the climate control there. So yeah, I'll try and get some video when it's on the ramp. Not sure if I'll be able to talk in there. It's sometimes quite noisy, but yeah, if we get it on the ramp before the MOT and they let me, then I'll do some videoing underneath. Wish me luck. Right, I'm back from the MOT. Good news and bad news. So bad news first, it failed, but it failed on the windscreen, which I sort of expected. So it needs a new windscreen. Good news is that is the only failure. Nothing else, no advisories. So yeah, get a new windscreen in. Oil leak seems to have been solved. I couldn't see any more oil underneath, having cleaned all the underneath before, so there's no more oil. Doesn't smell anymore as well. I mean, the MOT station's about, well, MOT test centre's about 5 miles from here, so had a run there and back. It seems to have burnt all the oil off, so result. And yeah, I'm gonna put some footage of the underside of the car on after this. Amazingly clean for one of these. I've seen a lot of E46s with a lot more rust underneath. This doesn't seem to have any corrosion underneath, and doesn't seem to have a crack on the rear floor pan either, which is good. So that's going to come up now, and yeah, get the windscreen done, and then MOT will be sorted. See you later.
I'm staring at my shadow. Am I gonna be safe?